Hey up from sunny Stoke. I'm Liam and I'm with Ryan. And
Hello, everybody.
this is the Cunt-Cast. So welcome. We're two cunts who just talk shit, and we're actually good friends. We sound like we hate each other, but you'll come to know we're actually good mates. So yeah. Why don't we start off in pure podcast form? Ryan, introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about yourself, mate.
Yes, I'm Ryan. I'm a very good lad. I speak two languages. I like getting out with my mates, playing some football. You know, just a typical guy, really.
Yeah, you're at uni and shit, aren't you, man? Fucking just tearing shit up there, but you don't start till January, do you? You're doing your masters, aren't you? Right. Obviously, I'm Liam, and have I just doing an air freshener get off in your room?
Maybe.
You know, mate. It sounds like you got a carrot up your arse today, mate. What's up with you? Alright, so I'm just I work in a restaurant. I'm a musician. I'm in two bands. Jesse and the Revolvers, which is literally not really going anywhere at the moment. We haven't really fucking done anything. But my main band is Rocky Ostrich. Weird name.
Yeah.
Weird name, but like, you know, I just play a bit of guitar, do a bit of vocals, 4-piece indie rock band. Bit of fun, you know. Got a gig on Wednesday, haven't we? At the Jacaranda. Holds a bit of history. That's where the Beatles did their first ever gig, I believe. I'm not sure, but that's what I've heard. So it's going to be quite fun, and obviously
Everyone, please come down to see.
Yeah, come down. All the like fucking two people that are probably going to watch this, which is going to be me and Ryan. we want to watch this back. One thing about us is we love football. Alright, and one amazingly, probably fucking appalling thing is we're both Manchester United fans, aren't we? So,
Yeah, that's not bad.
We're proud to be Man United fans, but you know, it's quite a horrible time to be a United fan because we're not doing very well. But we just come off the back of Manchester City versus Arsenal versus Man City because it was at the Emirates. And it was a bit of a fucking shit boring game, but it's had its up and downs, didn't it? First of all, fucking Kovacic, whatever his name is.
Kovacic, yeah, he says well.
Fucking absolutely fucking lucky as fuck to be still on the field. Obviously, first one was a yellow. Second one should have been a yellow, in my opinion. That's my opinion. It shouldn't be. I don't think it was a red. I think it's just about a yellow because it wasn't like really bad contact, but he caught him late, and because he was being clumsy and he was already on a yellow, I think that should have been a sending off. What do you think?
I personally think he should have been sent off. Well, personally, it's not a red card tackle. But nowadays, when Curtis Jones is getting sent off for that, and that was Casemiro would be sent off straight away. I'm telling you, because these referees they can't manage a bunch of rocks, mate. I'm telling you.
Couldn't manage a bunch of fucking rocks. Did you hear that? But another fucking thing about that game that pissed me off was, and I'm not obviously bothered that much, but like just frustrating to watch as a football fan because I'm an avid football fan. I like watching games, but when players do my head in, they do my head in. Gabriel Jesus, an unbelievable player when he's actually playing all right. He was getting into space, but he was like doing a Kai Havertz, taking too many touches on the ball, just slow, not making the right decisions, in my opinion. Yeah, he got into good spaces, and pretty early on he fouled Foden when he was running in behind into the box, and you know, just he could have easily beat Foden there in the air, I believe. Just taking too many touches on the ball. There was one where he come in, could have absolutely drilled it into the box, tried to shoot instead, but he just took forever. But anyway, like we've got McTominay with a late brace for United though on a positive, haven't we?
Oh yeah, Scooby Doo again. However, we must carry this that the way we play at the moment it's going over cracks. We got too many injuries and the ownership situation. Maybe we can talk about an upcoming podcast because I've got plenty to say about those parasites known as the Glazers.
There's so much to talk about there, really, and so that'll probably be the next one. But obviously, we played absolutely appalling. McTominay, he had like 7 or so touches of the ball, all like when he come on. I would say put Scott McTominay on or up front, and just see what happens because he's good in the air. He's strong. He was a striker. I've heard. Did you know that?
Yes, he was a striker in the youth team.
Mourinho got rid of him, put him in midfield. To be fair, I feel like he looks good in midfield, but he's just average, isn't he?
Well, he can't pass a ball, mate. He can't pass a ball, so.
Yeah, so that's that. But obviously, because we're from Stoke, we're not Stoke fans. We are Port Vale fans. Well, I'm a Port Vale fan. I'm more of a Vale fan than United because I've been to watch Vale many more times than United. So
I'm just a big United fan. It's in my familia.
So my family as well. Vale, my stepfather brought me up in Vale. I was born here in Stoke, so. But like Vale are a small club. They kind of get kind of thrown in the shadow a bit, and but we take a lot of fans to away games, don't we? I believe it was it Bolton? I can't remember.
I can tell you.
We took a lot of fans there, and it was like 7,000. I don't know if that's quite correct, mate, but we're doing all right. We'll probably finish in the top 10, which will be okay. But it's just them the difference in quality. Like we played Sutton the other week, and it was in the Carabao Cup, and we played all right. But against a team like Sutton, who at the time, I don't know if they are still now, bottom of the league.
Yeah, I think they're bottom of the league too. I think
there was clearly they were kind of as good as us in a certain way. Like, yeah, we had more possession. They went and scored a good goal at the other end of the pitch on a counter attack, made it 1-1. Sutton did, but like they just, you can tell we weren't much better than them basically. Which is a bit sad to say really, because you want to be smashing teams like that 3 or 4-0 if you can, but
it really matters about the result, mate. So
it's just the result, isn't it? Yeah, but it went there for me dad's birthday. It was a really good time anyway. So yeah, that's football side of things. You know, a bit of a crap Sunday yesterday because the City game was a bit crap, and then you had 3 draws, Brighton, Liverpool. I need to go watch that one, to be honest.
More draws on the brothel, mate.
Yeah. You got Newcastle and West Ham. That's such. If I was a Newcastle fan, I'd be like, I don't even know what the word is. Like, it should have been 3-2 to West Ham. Jared Bowen had a good chance at the end. Should have been top 10 to be fair, but you know the game's the game. Anyway, moving slightly on, we've got a bit of YouTube boxing because we like a bit of boxing as well. And a bit of UFC. You like F1 as well, don't you? But F1's a bit shit in my opinion, mate.
Well, that's your opinion. Like I say, this weekend, Verstappen won the championship again. Well, he won the first one. He obviously Hamilton got robbed, and the last 2, the card's been miles ahead of everyone else. So yeah, let's talk about some boxing. And the fights in the UFC this weekend. Well,
mate, to be honest, like I didn't even really follow UFC. I used to, but like I've got a few mates that I see at work who come in, customers, and they are into. You know, Dave, he's into a bit of UFC and that, and he always hits me up with a good bit of info about boxing as well. To be honest, but obviously YouTube boxing is very much in the spotlight. You've got. Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. I've heard Dylan Dennis has pulled out, but I'm not sure what's happening there.
He's in Manchester now.
I did hear that as well, but I also heard that he was, pulled out. But what is your prediction, Logan Paul v Dylan Dennis? I think that's a difficult one.
Well, I think Dylan Dennis has been an amazing promoter for this fight.
I think they both have in a way because Logan Paul's been kind of.
Well, I do not agree with what Logan Paul's.
Yeah, definitely. He's been a bit thingy, and he's been a bit. He's crossed the line a bit, but it's promoting the fight. He's got eyes on it. He cares about money, So it's just money in it, So what do you think's going to happen? Obviously, Logan Paul's the bigger guy. He's a very athletic dude, and Dylan Dennis, he's 4-time world jiu-jitsu champion.
Yeah, if it's jiu-jitsu. Well, Dylan Dennis is a world-class jiu-jitsu, but in the ring, it's a very different story.
In boxing, anyway, yeah.
We'll see what happens. I think it'll be a close one, but like I say, Logan Paul. It's the bad thing if Logan Paul gets angry during the fight because he might get himself disqualified, or he could not have to focus on the occasion.
You got KSI and Tommy Fury. I just think like I like both people. I like Tommy Fury. I like KSI. I've always watched KSI's growing up, and it's a big fight for KSI. The pressure's on KSI, I think. Tommy Fury's got pressure on him, but I think it's more on to KSI. Would you agree?
I think Thomas Fury should win this fight. He's a national boxer. He beat Jake Paul last time. I think he outclassed him, to be honest.
Definitely.
But we'll see. Like I say, it only takes one punch to knock someone out in boxing. But if KSI, if from the poor opponents he has faced in the last couple fights he's had, then it's going to be a major step up. But let's see if he can cope with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I kind of think to myself, like I feel like I'm overthinking it a bit. Like, oh, what if this? But like, I just feel like Tommy Fury, technique's going to show because he's had more experience. If it goes on for a longer time, what is it? 8 rounds?
I think the longer it goes on, the more suits Fury because KSI
Definitely.
usually.
What?
But
yeah, KSI's been boxing for what, 3 years ish, 4 years. Tommy Fury's been doing it all his life, so obviously go to head to head. If it becomes a dog
all the money's on Fury for them.
Interesting. So we'll have to see what happens. You've got Slim versus Salt Poppy as well.
Yeah, that's gonna be the fight of the night. That right there.
I think that'll outshine. I mean, it's a great card. It's a great card for YouTube, isn't it? Really, influencer boxing. But staying in the YouTube world, though, I've got something quite. This is really weird. So it's to do with AI, artificial intelligence technology. Have you ever heard of a YouTuber who goes by the name of Kwebbelkop?
No, I haven't.
I'll tell you something about. So he's a Dutch YouTuber by the name of Kwebbelkop. He used to make really like kid-friendly GTA 5 videos, and I used to watch him when I was a kid. He used to play like just games with 2 other YouTubers. There was like a trio of them. So Slogo Man and Jelly, if you know them. Yeah, it was. I used to watch him all the time, but God, I think now like what the hell's that about? So what he's doing is he's been making YouTube videos, for like 10 years, and he's taken a complete backseat on YouTube. Because he's created like an artificial intelligent version of himself that makes his videos for him. So it's like a program. And I'm not sure if he does the voiceovers, but he has like a whole team with him. They play, like, he does a lot of Roblox videos. So he'll make his team will make a Roblox video. And then he'll do the voiceovers. And you'll see a face cam in the corner, but it's not actually him. And I don't know if the voiceover is programmed or it's actually him, because it does sound real, but you know, like the over-the-top kind of fake kind of point it on, kind of like, oh, we've got a sword in Minecraft, you know, like over-the-top. It's kind of like that for like the whole way through.
Yeah, I get you.
And you should. There's like, I'm gonna put some images on screen as you can see, but like it's just weird. Like it's kind of scary what it could mean for the future of content creation, because if it's this easy,
in life in general, mate.
Well, yeah, but like in terms of content creation, like what do you do? Like when I have kids, they're going to be like wanting iPads or like in all the latest like kind of phones and all this crap when they get into school, and they're going to be sat there like, Dad, can I have one? Because all the other kids have got one. And then even though I'm not going to say no, but it's going to be so hard to be like,
creates alienation, mate.
Exactly. Like when I was a kid, my parents kind of went, well, I'm monitoring what was on, but like after a bit they just kind of left me to it, because but giving your kid an iPad, and like I work in a restaurant, the amount of times I go and serve food to a family and they've got kids with them with headphones on, they've got a laptop in front of them, and I come out with the rest of the food thinking like, let's see if these actually tell the kids to put the iPad away because you're at the table now, take the headphones off. No, there's like, I remember like there's like 2 parents and 3 kids, and they all had iPads with like headphones on, and they were just completely engulfed in their own like world of like YouTube, and it's scary, man, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Just have to adapt to the situation, though.
You kind of do, like you kind of force to, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, in the world of business, what I'm into, what I'm working in, everything I'm going to say is, you have to adapt to in order to succeed, because you have to use a niche product or like have variations of products to like make you stand out for other competitors. So let's see film.
Business kind of side of things, I completely agree with that. Anyway, moving on, I think it's it's just scary. Like, where are we going to be in like 60 years? Do you know what I mean? Like, what? Because I've just finished reading Brave New World. It's not really a dystopia, it's more like a utopia, which is weird because you'd expect it to be about like, it's set in the future. I think it was written in the 1940s. There was another book which is Very depressing. 1984 by George Orwell. I read it a while ago, so I can't really remember exactly what happened in it, but if you're into kind of like where we're going to be in the future, coming off what we've just been talking about, mate, like, read 1984 by George Orwell and Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Two very kind of similar but different in their own way books. It's like sci-fi, and you know, it's one of the books that it's a must read if you're into reading. I'm a very fond user of Reddit. Like, I always use Reddit all the time. All the subreddits, like you find some crazy stories on there.
Yeah,
and I've got
that means don't put your kids on there, because
yeah, there you go. To be fair, Reddit's quite a healthy place, because what they do is they put the best comments to the top. That's what it's meant to be like. So you go on a post that you're interested in, and then you go to the comments, and if you need to like learn how to groom your dog properly, then the best comments will be there, kind of thing. But it's quite a good place, I believe. But this is from a user called I Tame Strange on a subreddit called Ask Reddit. Yeah, r/Ask Reddit. So it reads, this kid was throwing a high school party in a town nearby. Anyways, the kid's dad was also at the party and was drinking with all of the high school kids. Eventually, the dad pulls out his revolver and someone suggests that they play Russian roulette. Right, bear with me. A group of the kids, including the dad, agreed to play a hand of poker, and the winner was supposed to take a spin and shoot at the person to their right-hand side. One of the kids won, but refused to take the shot, as you would. When the kid continued to refuse, the dad picked up the revolver, spun it, and shot one of the kids in the head in the party. Immediately, he disbanded, and the dad ran off into the forest, and he was found a few days later by police. There is an article attached to it, but every time I go on it, it doesn't come up. But anyway, that is just crazy to me, because it's like someone also has said that they knew the kid who got shot. I knew Mike. We had classes together. Had some of the same friends, and you can imagine the pain and stuff in that. I mean, that's kind of a dark ending to this podcast right now, but
yeah, it is a bit crazy. But also, when reading this stuff, I do not endorse anything that happens in those stories. It's quite depressing. I'd like to say my condolences to the family of the victim. And obviously, America's a bit different than here. So here we do not have guns at all.
I mean, this was 9 years ago.
Yeah, but modern day situation, and like I say, in America's a bit weird. You can't have a Kinder Egg, but you can have a gun. I think that makes sense to me. You know what I mean?
Fucking hell, mate.
So, if any UK audiences, if you want a nice Kinder surprise, don't go to America. Just want you know that.
100%.
If you want a little toy car, then obviously don't go there. So yes, it is quite weird. I don't know what the father was doing at the time. I don't know what he was doing. It's quite depressing.
I mean, some of the things you read online, you can't always say it's true.
Real.
However, there is an article attached to it. But like I say, every time I go on it, it asks me to subscribe to read it, which is a bit stupid. But anyway, we're going to move on. Right, let's end on a better note.
Yeah, let's end on a high note.
I've not looked at the next upcoming games for the Premier League, but it looks like there's going to be a couple good games, I believe. You know, not like massively, but actually no, yeah, I take that back. So on Saturday, I'll go through. We've got Liverpool and Everton, classic. Bournemouth and Wolves, that could be a good game. Man City versus Brighton. The way Man City played the other day, and Brighton have had a bit. They dropped in form a bit, haven't they? They could do all right. We've got Chelsea and Arsenal. Good game. I think Arsenal will batter them, but like you never know. I feel like Chelsea's just going to turn up out of nowhere. Aston Villa and West Ham, not a bad game again. Tottenham v Fulham, not a bad game again. So, and then on Sunday you've got so this is after the international break, innit? So you've got Brentford, Burnley, Nottingham Forest and Luton Town, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, and Sheffield United versus Manchester United. So yeah, looking forward to that, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week for another episode of the Cunt-Cast.
Yeah, and if anyone has any comments, we'll reply to you in the comments. And if you have any suggestions what we should talk about next, then also reply in the comments. I'd like to say thank you for anyone for listening today. It's been a pleasure.
Yes.
We'll see you next week.
Next week. I don't know what day, and I don't know how many people I'm talking to. Probably fucking 0. However, we are fucking the Cunt-Cast, and we'll see you fucking next week.
See you next week, guys. Peace out.
Round of applause. See you later. But nah, have you just said peace out?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. We need to get better at this.